Anthony David Stone. I spent 6 years in the U.S. Air Force working in intelligence operations. While I was in the military, I can't go into too much detail, but I did get stationed in Japan, and I was able to go TDY to Germany, South Korea. That was a pretty cool experience, and of course overseas into the desert, playing sand. To sum up my time in the service, those 6 years, exciting, knowing that I was doing things that not many people would have the gumption to do. That I was working in a job that a fair amount of people washed out from. So having that pride that I was able to complete and sustain the training and do the job to the best of my ability on a consistent basis, that gave me a lot of pride. To me, veteran means served with honor, distinction, pride. Probably my proudest memory, my parents coming to my graduation, my basic training graduation, because my dad, who raised me since I was 4, he was a career master sergeant. Because of him, we got to travel to Sicily, Italy, and stationed in Illinois, and then Georgia, and we got to travel. But knowing that he spent his entire career in the Air Force, and then seeing me kind of continue that, I could just see the pride in my dad's eyes at my graduation. That really meant a lot to me. I remember giving a briefing in the desert to General Richard Meyer, who at the time was the Chief of Staff, not just for the Air Force. He was the command, and when he was done, or when I was done, he comes to me and said, "What's your name, young man?" So, "Sir, I'm Senior Airman Stone. It's nice to meet you, sir." He said, "Well done, good briefing." And he shook my hand and he palmed me as RMO. And yeah, I mean, that was a cool moment, because I mean, I got my picture with it with the base commander and my commander, both of them colonels. So that was really cool, and I still have it in a case and everything. So I love going to military bars and someone doing coin check. Oh, I love that, because that means I'm drinking for free all night. Yeah. So in the military, if you go into a bar or an establishment, somebody will yell coin check, and it's an unwritten rule that you always supposed to have an RMO, a round metallic object. Can't call them coins, that's bad luck, it's bad juju. So somebody will call coin check, and since everybody's supposed to have one on them, you got to pull out that coin. They can be different, meaning different things. You graduated from basic training, you got a coin. You graduated this school, you got a coin. Your squadron, your flight, or you get one from the base commander. Okay, now you're getting higher ranking, and whoever has the highest ranking coin, they won the coin check. But if you don't have one on you, well, you got to start buying a few rounds for everybody that has a coin. And whoever has the highest ranking coin, well, everybody else has to buy you something. So getting an RMO from the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Richard Meyer, I mean, I had colonels calling coin checks and going, "Oh yeah, I'll see your 2-star general." And so it's pretty cool when you accept a beer from a full-bird colonel and he's just shooting you the evil eye. You little son of a... Yeah, that was pretty cool. He did walk into our office afterward. Everybody's giving him a little tour of our building, and he walks in. He goes to my desk and he sees a copy of the Martin War on my desk, and he says, "Is this yours?" "Yes, sir." I said, "Have you read it?" I said, "Oh, it's about my 4th time through it." He says, "This is on the Air Force recommended reading list." I said, "No, sir, I did not know that. I just get a lot of life lessons out of it." He said, "Outstanding. That's impressive." I said, "Would you mind signing it for me, sir?" I said, "You got a pen?" And I still have that book. So that's something that you end up leaving to your kids, especially if one of my sons or daughters end up joining even if they join the Marines, it doesn't matter. It's like, that's history. That's written history. I remember admonishing a captain, which didn't go over too well to him, but in a pre-mission briefing, my specialty in my career field was SEER. So it was my job to be able to relay the escape and evasion plan should an air crew go down in the Middle East. And I told them, if you do happen to go down, and of course we're going to dispatch CSAR, Combat Search and Rescue, to come retrieve you, and it's going to be comprised of PJs and operators. maybe a couple of intel guys, whoever, dogs. We'll get to you, but do not run to them. Let them come to you. It's their job to get shot at, but do not run to them. Hey, I'm here. And a captain who was being kind of a wise guy, screw that. If I see them, I'm going to get the hell out of there. I'm going to run to them. I said, you do that, they're going to shoot you. You will die. And yeah, he tried to admonish me really good. I'm a captain. You don't talk to me like that. And the colonel in the back room said, Captain, why don't you come with me and let's talk? But something just kind of clicked in my head when, man, this is no joke. And this was on my first tour, like I think like my third or fourth week in country. And it really clicked, like, man, that could actually happen. These guys could go down. Somebody I ate breakfast with this morning, or even myself, this isn't a video game now. This is real. Holy crap. I mean, up to then, you know in the back of your head, yeah, okay, we're going to the Middle East. It doesn't really click until you're there. And then it could be a meal you eat, or a time of day, or you pass the med tent. You know what happens there. And that, any one of those instances, something will click to let you know, it just got real. And that's what did it for me. That's what made it. This is no joke. This isn't a movie. This isn't a game. Oh, man. And I think at that point, everybody just kind of turns it up a notch. And for a lot of guys, that can be the difference to making it back or not. I remember spending New Year's in country. And I didn't know what it was going to be like. I didn't know if it was going to be like, you saw in the movies when guys are taking a break. You watch movies like Jarhead or Platoon, and they're celebrating, being stupid and crazy. I didn't know if it was going to be like that, a little bit more subdued, or a little bit formal. But one of the guys came into our tent. There were 8 of us in a tent. Everybody has their own little area squared off with shower curtains or, bed sheets, 550 cord. He opens up my little area and, hey, come on, we're all going to go to the rec tent. Oh, okay, all right. So I go to the rec tent and everybody's there. And I remember that was the ultimate melting pot in there. Didn't matter. I mean, we had a full bird colonel in there. We had lieutenant colonels joking around with A1Cs. And there was no rank in there. And even the base commander said there is no rank in here. Everybody's on a first name basis tonight. And I mean, you saw black, white, officer, enlisted, male, female. It did not matter. Everybody was there, and everybody was smiling, and everybody was happy and jovial. And you could see just all the tension was left at the door. And everybody inside was just happy. Just happy. Yeah, I'll remember that. I'll remember that feeling. Yeah, I remember a lieutenant colonel came in. He was wearing his uniform, but he was wearing a Vikings hat. And I saw an A1C said, "Hey, you a Vikings fan?" Well, duh. Yeah. I don't want to say it on camera, but F the Vikings. It flipped him off right in his face, and they were both just laughing about it, just laughing. But he didn't say it the next day. Just remembering the guys that didn't make it back. I'm of a Christian faith, and I believe that everything happens for a reason. So what made me so special? Because the humility of me thinks these guys were the top of their game. They had, probably more training than I did, or even more experience than I did. So what makes me so special that I deserved to come home, and they didn't? And at the time, I was single. I didn't have a family, and a lot of these guys did. So thinking about, just thinking about their families, the ones that they left behind. And there was a lot of time when I thought, you know, why not me? Not a lot of people that would miss me, but what about those kids that don't have a daddy now? And just asking, why didn't you take me instead? And thinking about, you know, as my life's gone on and I've transitioned out of the military and, you know, I've had a family of my own, I guess I just kind of find solace in the fact that maybe I'm here because of you. Maybe that was my destiny, was you. And I'm hard on my kids. Not any more than I think any other dad. But, you know, my wife asked me one time in regards to my 10-year-old son, you know, why are you so hard on him? You know, and I tell her, you know, I can't explain it to you. I can't explain it, but these kids are going to do something with their lives. They have to, because if they don't, then my whole belief of why I made it back and someone didn't is just shot to hell. There were a lot of guys that good at what they did, violent nonetheless, didn't matter, but they were good at what they did, and they didn't make it back. And I did. And I've lost a lot of sleep just asking why. Why me? My kids better do something special with their lives, because I'm trying to do something special with mine. I think every veteran that's come back with that believes that, you know, I got to do something with my life. I can't come back and just be a schmuck, a sponge. I got to do something to prove to me that I came back for a reason. You know, to the students here at Arizona, in regards to veterans, I, I just keep thinking that they're safe. And the reason I say that is because, you know, you read in the news, and there's a lot of stupid stuff that happens on college campuses all across the country, whether it's Harvard all the way down to a community college. A lot of stupid stuff. And we were all young. We were all stupid. I probably still am. But I remember my first time coming onto campus. It was actually at night. I had kind of come in about a week before classes started. And I was just walking around the campus, just kind of getting my orientation. Okay, I got a class in that building, And I saw a young gal walking along by herself. And she said, "Excuse me, do you work here?" No. You know, I know I'm old, but daggum. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I think I'm a little bit lost. Can you tell me where some dorm was at?" Like, as a matter of fact, it was just, you know, I just passed it. Here, you know, I'll walk you over there. I just kind of felt that, you know, I wanted to see her get to where she needed to go. And during the course of our walk, we were talking, and she said, "So are you a student here?" And I said, "Yeah, as a matter of fact." She's like, don't take it the wrong way, but you're a little old to be a student." I said, "Well, I was actually in the Air Force for a while, and, you know, doing my education." She goes, "Oh, I feel so much better." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, because, you know, you're a veteran, and, you know, you're walking me home. I you know, thank you for that. I appreciate that." I was like, wow. So there's a lot of veterans on this campus, and these are guys that are at the top of their ball game, that have, you know, worn the uniform, done the deed, and now they're walking among you. So feel safe in that, because these are guys that were willing to lay down their lives in a foreign country, and now we're home. And you think we won't stop? It's not a switch, and that's always on. So feel safe and feel pride that we're walking among you, and you're getting the best and the brightest that our country has to offer right here on your campus in your backyard. Yeah, that makes me happy.